Welcome to the show, we staying high on the hog, talking Razorback pride through the smokes and the fog, from the hill to the field where the red runs deep, big soy in the crowd, hear the thunderous leap, basketball courts, football lights on blast, diamond hawks swinging, putting legends in the past, it's the natural state where the fans go hard, Arkansas forever, this the Razorback yard.
All right. After quite a few different technical difficulties, welcome back to High on the Hog. I'm your host, Sarah Dillinger, alongside my dad co-host, John Dillinger.
Hey.
We got another exciting one for you today, as always. I think this is the fourth time I've said this now, but I was so busy working on this beautiful thumbnail that drew you guys in that I didn't even prepare for it, no notes or nothing, so we're just going to go ahead and get right into it, I guess.
Well, and as I said earlier, that's my favorite part of this show. I don't ever have any notes or anything ready. I'm just, I like sitting here next to you talking about Razorback sports and what's going on with the team, coaching search, all that. Are you sick of the coaching search yet?
It's getting interesting. I'll say that, as things are bulling down or bulling up to a point where I don't think it's going to last much longer. I do think we're in the late stages of this coaching search. At least I hope, because I can't take any more of it. I think we said it last week, but again, I think every human in existence has interviewed for this head coaching job.
Yeah,
and so
the joke last week was that we were late to doing the podcast because me and you was interviewing.
Yeah,
but
so, I mean, I really do. I think people from TV shows in the 90s I've seen are interviewing. So everybody is interviewing for this job. Who's it going to be, though? That's the question that needs to be answered. And I think you were saying that it was going to be answered before the Missouri game. I don't see that happening at all.
No, I've changed my mind on that. I was saying that's what Brandon Marcello was kind of alluding to. You know, Brandon Marcello's the one that started the latest firestorm. I think it was either late Saturday night or Sunday, early Sunday morning. He put out a post that was a GIF. He said there's a new sheriff in town, and it was like hashtag, and he had to, Razorback football and all that, and had a GIF or a GIF, however you say it, of Eddie Murphy in a cowboy hat from the movie 48 Hours. So everybody assumed that in 48 hours we were going to find out who, the new sheriff in town was going to be, and the only thing we found out so far today is who it's not going to be.
Yeah,
and it's not going to be Eric Morris.
Yeah,
at least
a lot
that's
of
what
salty fans about that.
That's what is reporting.
Yeah,
Eric Morris is one of them that. I kind of put on a post the other day. I posted it to my Twitter and I commented on a couple. I don't go and spam everybody's stuff, but I'll usually send a post to Trey Biddy, and I tag Brandon Marcello in. A post that said, "Why do I have the feeling that Arkansas is about to have their Tennessee / Greg Schiano moment?" Do you know what that reference is?
Mm-mm.
So, back before Tennessee hired the Alabama defensive guy, what was his name? The guy before Josh Heupel. Jeremy Pruitt. They hired Greg Schiano as their head coach. Greg Schiano was a longtime Rutgers head coach, had a lot of success up there, and was on the Ohio State staff as one of their coordinators. Tennessee hired him. They reported it. The fan base revolted, started saying fire their athletic director, and that got to trending on Twitter. And they essentially hired Greg Schiano and fired Greg Schiano on the same, within 24 hours. It was a fan. I mean, I don't know. It didn't really work out because Jeremy Pruitt wasn't any good either.
Yeah.
Greg Schiano might have wound up being a good coach there. It just goes to show you how much social media can impact a coaching hire, and it really made Tennessee look silly for them to hire a man. You've put all this effort in, and you've said this is the guy that we want and we trust. And just because some fans started revolting on social media,
Yeah.
you go and unhire him. I mean, that makes you look like you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think they proved they didn't know what they were doing. But I kind of feel like with this hire, we may be about to have that. Eric, so after Pete Thamel reported that it was down to Golish, Eric Morris, Kane Womack, and who was the other guy? Silverfield from Memphis. I'm like, none of those names are sexy. None of those are exciting the fan base. There was some folks excited over all four of those guys.
Yeah, the most excitement I seen for was Eric Morris, which I'm not compelled on any of those guys. The only one that I would have truly been super upset, if we hired Brian Silverfield, I would have thought for sure Arkansas is going in the wrong direction even farther. I don't think he's a good coach, to be honest, at all. I think, to do something in, I don't even know what conference they play in, but they're not doing very good in their conference. They beat a terrible 2-10 Arkansas team. So
who's that? Memphis?
Yeah,
they're the AAC.
They're in
they're
like 8-4 right now.
I think they are. They were. If they haven't moved to Big 12, I can't keep up with. If you're not in the SEC, the Big 10, or the ACC, I don't really. You're all the same to me.
Yeah, it's all group of whatever to me.
Even
at
the
that
big,
point.
really, even the Big 12.
I couldn't name all of them. I could probably name a few, but yeah. So, I would have been really disappointed with the Silverfield hire. I'd have honestly been disappointed with all the names that are being coming forward and being brought up, but I really would have been upset about him. Eric Morris.
Well, I mean, he's still on the board.
It
is still potential. In
fact,
fact, probably right now, the lead is between Silverfield and Kane Womack. Got a lot of talk today. It seems like maybe Kane Womack is the one that is getting most of the talk right now. But I mean, as far as if you can just go, and I don't know that anybody knows anything, but if you're just going by the talking heads right now, Kane Womack, I'd say, is getting the most talk today, and then Silverfield probably behind that. And a lot of folks think Golish is holding out for a better job.
Well, here's who we know it's not. We know it's not Eric Morris. I threw him in the thumbnail because we've gotten, again, a whole lot of talk about Eric Morris in at least our chats and definitely everywhere else, especially the Facebook groups going on. Everybody was high on Eric Morris. Me, not so much. I think he is like 20-15 or 21-15 as a head coach of UNT. I think he might be like 30-25 overall or somewhere around there. His numbers aren't great to me. They credit him with Patrick Mahomes, but Cliff Kingsbury was who developed Patrick Mahomes. I didn't think he would have been a good hire. And I definitely can, I might eat my own words. Oklahoma State might do incredible things with him. If you weren't aware, Eric Morris was reported to be taking the Oklahoma State job. Now, it's not, the contract wasn't signed, but that's what the reports are being, that it's going to be signed here real soon. And so he's going to Oklahoma State. And again, I could eat my words, and he might do great for Oklahoma State. But I think he's going to be
I think he's going to do a good job. I think he's going to be a good coach.
He's got it easy in the Big 12, or I think that's what Oklahoma State's in anyway.
Yeah, they are in the Big 12, and he definitely has an easier path to the playoff by going the Oklahoma State Big 12 route. I just want to know, here's what I want to know. Was he offered the job? And if he was, that don't look good. If he picked Oklahoma State over us,
There's no way that he was offered the job, and there's certainly no way that we would have gotten in a bidding war over him. The max, absolute most I would have paid for him to be our head coach would have been what we gave Sam Pittman, like $5 or $6 million a year.
I think that's about probably what he's going to be making and about what he's worth, until he proves otherwise.
Yeah. So, I'm not mad that he got hired at Oklahoma State. I think if he does really good for Oklahoma State and we still need a coach in a couple years, we'll take him then. But
here's the thing. He was not my leader. I was afraid that we were going to hire him, but I'll tell you this: when his name come off the board, I didn't breathe a sigh of relief because we don't have any news.
Yeah.
He may have been the best one available. Either this coaching search, number one. So we started talking about 48 hours. We're not going to find out who the Arkansas coach is until after this weekend.
Absolutely.
After these games are played, the regular season, other than like the Navy Army game or whatever, is the end of the season is this Saturday. It's rivalry weekend. You got the Iron Bowl, you got the Egg Bowl, and you got the the Shelter Insurance Bowl that we're going to be talking about here in a little bit.
Best rivalry in college football right here, baby.
After that, we're going to hopefully we're going to find out who the coach is. And here's the only thing. If it's Kane Womack, why couldn't we announce that today?
What school is he? He's at Bama?
He's a coordinator. So, I mean, it's not like announcing him would or leaking his name would put him in jeopardy with Caleb DeBoer. It's not like he's working for Nick Saban. And Nick Saban only, just didn't like Lane Kiffin, and that's why he didn't let let him coach in the championship game or whatever it was, playoffs back then. You want your coordinators to be getting head coaching jobs, and so if it was Kane Womack, and it may be, but I just don't know why we couldn't go ahead and don't even announce it, just leak it out there. That way, there's some. Number one, you get some feedback from the fans, and you could have you might, if you just leak it and you don't announce it, and there is this huge revolt among the fans, then you can pivot and not look as bad, because it's not the university announcing that this is our man yet. Also, if you go ahead and leak it out there, it may just bring everybody's mind at ease. So that makes me think, well, maybe it's not Kane Womack. Trey Biddy seems to still be holding on to the hopes that there is a sitting head coach, a la a Golish or a John Sumrall, or any, Eli Drinkowitz, or, that there is a sitting active head coach, and that's the reason why they're waiting till after the Missouri game, at least.
That's what I was going to say. Fortunately for Arkansas, you don't have to wait for us to finish a bowl game to announce it, because Arkansas is not going to a bowl game. But if it is a head coach and they are in a bowl game, you're going to have to wait for them to finish their season. And that's what I was looking up right now, seeing how many more games Dabo Swinney has before we can finally announce that he's our head coach. And I think he's 6-5 right now, so he's at least going to a bowl game.
Yeah, but that don't matter. He don't have to coach their bowl game.
Well,
he's
going to.
No,
you're not going to quit on your. You're not going to quit on your team.
Yeah, you do.
No,
if Dabo,
you're wrong about that.
If Dabo is taking another job, he's not going to sit around and coach a 7-win team bowl game.
If he's a man of his
you
word.
Can't do that anymore. You can't. I understand what you're saying. You can't do that anymore. The NIL situation, the transfer portal, it ended all that. Really, like Eric Morris, if he's going to take the Oklahoma State job, now they may let him go ahead and coach through the playoffs.
He's going to.
But he really is hurting his team by doing it, because, what if they win? And what if they go, what if they get to the championship game? I understand.
North Texas.
Well, but that means the transfer portal, all that stuff is, you ain't got time to recruit you a new team to Oklahoma State.
Mm-hmm.
So, Yeah, no, Dabo don't care about going and playing in the
He
Duke
does.
Mayonnaise Bowl.
He does.
If he's coming to be. Well,
don't care
then we
what
don't
game-
need to. Okay, let's pretend you're right. Don't hire him then.
No.
If you don't care that much about trying to build a team for next year here, that you want to go coach in the Duke Mayonnaise Bowl, then no. Whoever it is.
I'm against. I'm on the opposite.
unless-
If he would be willing to quit on his team midseason, then I wouldn't want him.
That's stupid.
No.
You think LSU?
I want somebody who is
if LSU hires
a man of their word.
If LSU hires Lane Kiffin,
You think Nick Saban, if he was going to LSU, he would quit on Alabama and not coach their bowl game to go?
Absolutely.
No, he wouldn't. He's old school. Dabo Swinney's old school. That's why people don't like Dabo, because he's old school. He's not in the NIL era. I don't think he would do that, and I wouldn't want him to.
Okay, that's your opinion.
I
think
mean,
your
it would.
opinion's wrong.
It's unfortunate the timing of college football right now. They're going to have to get it fixed for the transfer portal window being during bowl season. But no, I have a different opinion towards you.
All right, we got a few comments
that.
coming in on the coaching search. Let's go through some of those.
Robert Williams, I think Arkansas got a big name coach. That's why we got to wait, be patient. I'm with you.
I
on
hope
that.
you.
I think so.
I hope you're right, and that's why I was saying that Trey's kind of holding out for it. So let's see. Maybe that's the case. I sure hope it is.
Everything.
I hope I'm wrong about my Tennessee Greg Schiano moment comment.
Everything is pointing towards a smoke screen right now, and it very well could be that Arkansas really is this terrible at coaching searches, and that we're just going to have to deal with this for the rest of our life, and it's just going to be bad. But I think, and I have hope in my heart, if you can't tell, I'm the most hopeful Arkansas fan in the world. I'm 2-10 on my picks right now. I think that this is a smokescreen, and I think we have a big name that is going to be hired. I think it's Dabo Swinney, but that's mainly just a hope. I'm not going to bet no money on that. But Chicken Timachanga says he's the Alabama defensive coordinator.
So that's Kane Womack.
Yeah.
And if it is, he may wind up being a great coach, but that's not a great hire. That's not a great look. It's not a great anything.
I would
take in a year from now, if he's got the team rocking and rolling, then we'll look back in hindsight and say, well, it wound up being a good hire.
Yeah.
But the optics right away and for the next 6 months is going to be, wow, that was the best you could do.
Yeah.
With all that time, getting in the game early, firing Sam Pittman in October, and you waited around for Alabama's defensive coordinator? I'm just saying.
I will say this, not knowing much about Kane Womack, just knowing that he's the defensive coordinator of Alabama, I would take that resume over Eric Morris's resume, over Ryan Silverfield. Maybe even over Alex Golesh.
He's got some head coaching experience too. He had a real good season at South Alabama. I think they had a 10-win season. I think he was there 2 years.
Alabama's defense looks good this year.
Yeah, no, they are. They're a top 10 defense.
Most of the time, if you look at national champions, their
I'm not
head
saying
coach
it
is a defensive coordinator.
Let me be clear. I'm not saying he'll
Yeah,
be a
I
bad
understand.
hire. I'm
Yeah.
saying it's just not
impressive.
Yeah, it's not going to be the type of hire that's going to get anybody excited.
I wouldn't be thrilled, but I wouldn't be mad at it.
Yeah, I'm not going to be mad at it. There's not anybody.
I would take him over those group of 5
of
head
the
coaches.
of the guys that Pete Thamel said. I won't be mad about any of them. If they hire Ryan Silverfield,
If they hire Ryan Silverfield, I'll be upset.
I think he's the lowest on that. I think I'd rather have Kane Womack than him. But if we hire him, so be it. He's our coach, and I'm gonna get behind him.
I'm with you on
but
that.
the other ones,
I'd be upset,
Morris,
but I'd get on board.
I think Morris would have been a decent hire. I think Golesh or Summerall or any Womack, but it's not the home run hire. It sure ain't a Calipari hire. And I think there's guys you could have got that could have been that. Like I think John Gruden could have been that. I'm not saying, again, he is the most qualified or been the best. I don't know. I'm just saying he would have been a big name that would have stirred the pot, would have gotten a bunch of eyes on Arkansas, shocked the system,
donors,
got the money. David Basil seems to think that he seemed to kind of act like we should hire John Gruden. Mark May, did you see what Mark May said?
I've seen clips of that.
He
I
said,
haven't watched it all
of
the
course,
way.
he crucified Hunter Yurachek.
Mm-hmm.
David asked him, what does Arkansas need? And he said they need somebody that knows how to lead that program.
Yeah.
But he said if Arkansas will hire Mac Brown, former Texas coach, won a national championship with Vince Young. He said he'd come and teach the O-line. So
Who's Mark May?
he was a if you know him, you know him as an analyst, an ESPN analyst. He had probably 10 years ago or so, him and Lou Holtz had one of the bigger shows on TV where they would talk about college football and stuff.
Okay.
He's kind of been out of the.
So he's not an O-line coach. He just
4 years.
Would have.
Well, no, he was an all everything lineman.
Oh, okay.
He was a lineman at Pitt on the Dan Marino teams in the early '80s, and was All-American. He was a Pro Bowl lineman in the NFL. I mean, he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
Yeah. So he knows his business when it comes to lines. Don't know that he's ever coached though, but he didn't say I'd come be your O-line coach. He said I'd come and teach them some at camps or something like that.
Yeah.
He was kind of laughing, but he was saying he wants us to hire Mack Brown, and I like Mack Brown. Mack Brown's a good Christian man, and he's a great coach. He's just old, I don't know that you want to go that old.
Yeah.
I'd say Mack's probably 70. I'd say he's around Nick Saban's age.
Okay.
I'd take Nick.
That'd be pushing it.
I'd take Nick Saban. But
give me him all day.
That's Nick Saban.
Yeah.
Matt Brown only got one ring.
Yeah. Nick Saban's got like 8. Greg says, just doesn't matter anymore. Arkansas will hire a loser. Well, look, if they hire a loser, they hire a winner. I'm not in this fair weather, woe is me. I want Arkansas to do great. So whoever we hire, I'm going to get behind them, and I'm going to be excited. I'm going to go to the games, and I'm going to cheer for whoever's on that field wearing that Razorback across their chest. Yep. But I do hope that this is a good hire. Arkansas needs it bad.
Arkansas needs to hire a good coach and join the ACC.
Yep. Chicken Timachanga, Chip Kelly just got fired at the Raiders.
Well, I hope he's not our coach. Although I don't know. He had a good run at Oregon. That's about it.
Well, I mean, if you can't have a good run at Oregon, you can't have a good run anywhere.
I think he was one of the first ones to start that real good run at Oregon, though. I think he might have been somebody before him. I can't remember, but he had a real good run. He kind of used it to go to the NFL, floundered, come back, went to UCLA, floundered there, went back to the NFL.
To be clear, I was kidding. Oregon's got a tough schedule against Rutgers and Scarlet and Alabama School of the Blind. But Robert Williams, name him Sunday.
Maybe
after the game. Again, if
they may leak it out Saturday night.
Yeah, if this is someone who is not a head coach, I think it will be named the week following.
Well, see, that's the thing.
But
if it's not a head coach, why not name him now? Why not name him now?
If it's a head coach somewhere else?
If it's not a head coach.
Oh, well, because Petrino, you can't do that to the interim.
They should tell, if it's not Petrino, they should have told Petrino, hey, thank you. We considered you. We're going a different direction. No, because
you want the team to still have.
You just want to
fire.
drag him by.
You want the team to have the fire to keep going.
I get you, but I disagree with you.
If you hire somebody right now, you're saying, I quit on this team's
again,
done.
In the past,
let's get something else.
In the past, lots of schools, when they hired their next coach, they let them know before the end of the season, the interim, he knows he's not the coach. His job is to go coach that team.
Well, I don't think it's Bobby, and I think Bobby knows it's not Bobby.
And what do we? No, he said it pretty much in the press conference that, somebody asked him, have they let you know anything about whether it's you? And he said, no, I've not had any conversations about that. So, but no, what do we have? Who cares? What do we have to get that third win? I mean,
this is a big game right here.
Yeah,
this is the battle line
rivalry. It is the Shelter Insurance Bowl, and then it is that. But
do we have any update?
There's so much damage. Just, I think I don't think it is. I don't think it's Bobby, and I don't think it's Kane Womack, because I don't think it is somebody that's not a sitting head coach. Mm-hmm. Or I think they would have at least leaked that out by now, so that it would kind of put out all these fires and calm down all this wild speculation. Because, again, if it's not Bobby Petrino, it doesn't matter. He's the interim coach. His job is to go and coach this team, try to beat Missouri. But this year don't matter. This game doesn't matter. I mean, nothing matters other than getting this coach right. That's why I think that it's probably a sitting head coach somewhere.
Yeah. Well, we already know who it is. Hound Hog has already reported that it's Dabo Sweeney. We know for a fact who our head coach is going to be, but Chicken Chimichanga, I've seen another podcast talking about Dabo too. I'm telling you, and we say this every week, everybody watches Hound Hog to get their
by the way, y'all
sports.
like, share, and if you're not subscribed, subscribe. We're sitting at 199.
Yeah.
Let's get over at 200 on this.
We might hit
episode.
We might hit it and do a little celebration right here in during the live stream. But do we have any update on Shelter? Are they Shelter Interest going to bring Hound Hog to the game?
I think it said that we would know Wednesday, so we should know tomorrow.
All right.
Mañana.
Well, maybe not, but there's a chance Hound Hog is going to be brought to 201.
There we go. Boom. 200 subscribers.
Look it up. Appreciate everybody subscribing. That's cool to see.
200 headed to 10,000.
Straight up. I'm telling you right now, this is going to be the biggest. Us and Trey Biddy, we going to be 1 and 2.
I like Trey.
I'm telling you right now. Book it.
What was I fixing to say?
We were talking about Wednesday, maybe the announcing or seeing if we're going to go.
Yeah. The old man moment.
Yeah.
It done left me.
You having a Biden over there?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Hound Hog might be live brought to you at the game for that exciting Battle Line rivalry game. But nonetheless,
look, I want us
cool.
to win the game. I want to
too.
send Bobby Petrino out on a win. I appreciate him. Man, I'm telling you,
he's my favorite all-time.
I'm a huge Bobby fan. I wish he would have won some games. I just don't think he is what he used to be, and that's okay. That's okay. Some things get better with age. Some things age like milk. I think Bobby as a head coach is probably past him. Either that or he's going to have to learn how to adopt and change, and not that he hasn't. Everybody says he is more. He's different than he used to be. You can't really
tell if he's a head coach based on an interim season. He took over for Sam Pittman.
I mean, again, I know me and you go back and forth over that. He should have won the Mississippi State game.
Yes,
he should have won the LSU game. He should have won the Auburn game, but he didn't. So that tells me
defense to do it. But I agree. I don't think he's the Arkansas coach. Yeah. I don't think he's the Arkansas coach, and I'm not adamant about it.
He should have won those 3 games, and he didn't.
He won Mississippi State. He beat them. But anyways, Chicken Chimichanga, there's zero loyalty in this day and age. Players up and leave, coaches too. I mean, it's all about the money.
That's why you can't wait on, I'm going to go play in the Duke mayonnaise. But no, you got to come over here and get this team going now.
Yeah.
Now.
I understand it, but it's not how people is going to do. If you're an upstanding person, you're going to coach your team the rest of the way. Robert Williams.
Yeah, he said it might be the BYU coach. It may be.
Was John Calicaneris or something?
Yeah, I don't know his name.
Zach Galifianakis.
I won't be excited about it, but he was rumored to be one of the 39 people that interviewed for the job.
Yeah.
So
yeah, there's a whole lot of the
plane
was in Provo.
What if a lot of those folks that interviewed, were interviewing, as smoke screens, which I'm sure they were, a lot of them, but then also maybe.
I bet they didn't even interview. I bet they was like, somebody just take the plane and fly over to Provo.
I was fixing to say maybe interviewing for coordinator jobs, but no, Hunter ain't gonna pick the coordinators. You got to let the new coach bring his own coordinator. So that'd been done. I was just thinking like Gus Malzahn.
Yeah. Hollywood says when he leaves Alabama, he ain't gonna be nothing with the Razorbacks. I mean, there's only one way to find out. You can't write a man off without seeing what he's done. But who knows? There's only one way to know.
Hollywood, are you a Crimson Tide fan?
They're trying to keep Kane Womack. That's what it is. They don't want him to go.
What cousin did you marry?
I don't look. His words do not reflect the views of this podcast. Chick Dimachanga says maybe we're looking at Alabama's offensive line coach. Yeah.
Wow.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I hope not.
We may be looking at South Florida's assistant strength coach. As our head coach.
We need another strength coach. It looks like I thought Ben Souders was going to be really good, but I mean, you look at that injury report, something ain't adding up because Arkansas's injury report looks like a 10-page paragraph every time it comes out.
So read Greg's comment, and then I got a comment on it.
Alrighty. Greg says, without Petrino, Arkansas football will stink.
Let me tell you something, Greg. With Petrino, Arkansas football stinks. He's been here 2 years. He's been the offensive coordinator for 2 years.
And had a top 10 offense both years.
And what is our win-loss record? We
Under
stink.
Sam Pittman,
2-9 is as bad of a team as we've ever had. I mean, there might have been a 0-10 team back in the 1900s, but this is Chad Morris level stinking. Brett Bielema at his worst stinking. Okay, so
the vibe is not Chad Morris though. People still attend, and there's no bags over anyone's head.
Are we the best 2-9 team?
Absolutely
in history, probably so.
But you're still 2-9. I'm with you. Look, I'm not happy with Bobby Petrino.
But to say that we're going to stink without him, it's just a stupid comment. We stink with him.
Yeah.
So what's it matter stinking with him, stinking without him?
My thing about Petrino is I'm taking Petrino's resume and his record and what he can do, and I'm putting it up with Kane Womack, with Eric Morris, with Ryan Silverfield, and I'm telling you right now he's a better coach than all of those players or all of those coaches. So I'm still taking him over them. I'm not taking him over Dabo Sweeney. I'm not crazy. I'm not taking him over, Eli Drinkwitz or Lane Kiffin, but I'm taking him over Eric Morris and
I'll be honest with you.
And
I don't know that there's anybody that just excites me, so
Dabo Sweeney excites me.
I would be, but
when he gets hired, and we were the first to report it, I'm rubbing it in everybody's face.
Us and whoever Tim's talking about, it's the only people talking about Dabo. So.
Look, Josh Pate said his name. Josh Pate, he knows. He knows what's coming. Y'all know what's coming. Arkansas is supposed to be great again. I'm telling y'all right now. I'm high on the Hogs. Hollywood says typical Arkansas hiring process mediocre.
So second cousin.
It's been true for. Look, I mean, I don't get the I don't get the woe is me. Let's just be down on them crap that you're saying. But I'm not saying you're lying. Our hiring process has been atrocious for about four coaching searches now.
She did say football, didn't she? Or I say she. I'm thinking Holly as a woman, but maybe this song.
It doesn't specify, but it's.
I mean, because Calipari hiring process is pretty good.
Yeah.
Eric Musselman hiring process is pretty good.
It's kind of apparent that it was football, and since Petrino, we've hired nobody so far. So, Greg, but hey, we have a good basketball team. Go Hogs! Look, that's a fact. It's
I tell you what,
we
fist to run into a buzzsaw though, because we got to play. We're about to play Duke.
These next 5
about
games
to play
are crazy.
Louisville. About to play Houston. About to play Texas Tech. I mean, all top 20 teams.
We play. I ain't gonna get their.
And that's before the SEC schedule starts.
I ain't gonna
what
get
are we doing,
the ranking exact, but I looked at something and it was like the next 5 games. We play like number 4, number 6, number 8, and number 20.
All tournament teams, and most
we play every
most
Elite
of them was
8.
like Elite 8 teams.
Every single Elite 8 team from last year is on our schedule this year.
Except for maybe
and
one.
We have it's all of them. It's every single
all
one.
of them.
Yeah, every single Elite 8 team from last season.
That's wild.
We play them in the non-conference, and then of course we're not even getting a SEC play. But yeah, I'm excited for this game. We'll talk about that later, but I feel like it's a process. Can't wait for football season, and then you're in football season. You're like, well, good God, I hope basketball season comes close.
Yeah.
But I don't think we'll have to wait for baseball. I think basketball will be good.
Greg knows a high school coach we can hire. And then Hogzilla 2025 says, heck no on Mac Brown. He's 74 years old. I got a feeling.
Man, we behind on these comments. We need to hurry up and get up to date.
It's Dabo. Lots of parallels with what happened with Calipari not
That's
being
exactly
appreciated
what
by Kentucky.
I think. That's my
man.
thought
I hope
process.
Hogzilla is right on the money.
That's been my thought process. I think it's a smokescreen. It's exactly what happened with the Calipari hire. And they're not happy with him at Clemson. Let's bring him on. William Phillips says, did the Auburn and Miss State loss cost Petrino the job? Absolutely.
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah. I think had Bobby won 2 or 3 games, he was probably not just a strong contender. He probably was the lead contender. I think he can beat Missouri by 40 points. He don't have a shot now. I think he could literally beat Missouri by 40 points. He's not going to be the head coach.
Yeah, I don't think he will.
Had he won the games he should have won, like Auburn, Mississippi State,
or even just upset
LSU,
Texas and Missouri back to back. No.
I think he needed
I
to
think
win.
I think his nail's in the coffin.
Minimum 2, but he probably needed to win 3 games. He was in the driver's seat. He just wrecked the motorcycle.
Yeah. Unfortunately, again, I still haven't turned my back against Petrino. I'm not as adamant about it as I was, but I think we could do a lot worse than Petrino. Again, I'm looking at his offense and how good it's been this season, and the fact that none of it was his season. But not gonna get into all that every single podcast. But let's see here.
William, he said he'd be happy with Womack.
Yeah.
Donors get behind him, and then he also said Dabo would be great.
Yeah. Here's the thing: if Hunter doesn't go out and if he even is the one doing this coaching search, a Dabo Sweeney, I hope the donors get whoever they want. I hope that whoever is the money behind gets who they want so that they're happy and they'll donate. Because, if it's any of these group of 5 coaches, put a blindfold on it and just pick one out.
Well, I tell you what's bothering me.
Because they all have the same record to me.
4 weeks ago, it was floated out there that we were going to pay upwards of $12 million a year.
Yeah.
Between $8 and $12 million a year, and we were going to have between $30 and $40 million for NIL, which I don't even know if you can do that much. Is there a cap on it?
It was over
know.
4 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So $10 million a year. Well, that ain't
extra
nothing.
On top of
extra on top of what's now.
On top
okay.
of what it is. Yeah. It would have brought it to like 25
and
million,
today it sounded like,
which is pretty
from
equal.
the different podcasts I was watching. David Basil, Trey Biddy, Mike Irwin, some of those guys. They were talking about that there's still kind of maybe money issues. Are they going to really have that much money and all this? And so I don't, man. I'm just, let's hire a great coach and he should be able to bring in the money.
Yeah.
So
Ed Orgeron confirmed bringing all the money to Arkansas.
You could do
Chicken
worse than
Pachanga
Ed
says
Orgeron.
YouTube is the hardest to get subscribers to. Yeah, look, 200.
Yeah, we
to
ought
me,
be at
I'm
2,000.
excited. Yeah, I'm excited about that. Every 100 we get is exciting.
We get
to
lots
me.
of views. It's just hard to get those viewers to hit subscribe.
YouTube is impossible to get big on, and most of our podcasts now are averaging about 1,000 views. If you over the last 10, we probably average 1,000. So I'm excited about what's happening with the podcast, and I'm just having fun again. I've always said this is just something to do with my dad.
What happened to
I just
Dan
enjoy
Mullen?
talking about the Hogs.
That one stuck out to me. I know
Yeah.
there's a couple ahead of it, but what happened? I was thinking about him today. He could be in that smoke screen.
He's not. He don't want to coach here. I know that you said, well, it don't matter, but when you tell me that you have 0.0% interest in our job, I've got 0.0% interest in you taking it.
William Baldwin said he's on the Matt Campbell train. Matt Campbell got a lot of talk this week. It would be really shocking if Matt Campbell, having turned down the jobs that he has turned down in the past, Auburn, he's turned down, Florida. He was rumored to be a candidate at Alabama. We've went after him before. And then several Big Ten teams have went after him. Nebraska. It would be shocking that he would, but maybe his situation has changed and he understands now he's not going to be able to do it at Iowa State.
Yep.
I think he would be great. And honestly, that's who I'm hoping. Of course, I would rather have Dabo.
Yeah.
But if it is a sitting head coach, I hope it's Matt Campbell.
I'm not too familiar with Matt Campbell, so I don't know about it. I'd have to look at his resume. But if you like him, I trust it. Dr. Sharp says, please don't count out Coach Petrino. If we don't get him, watch out because there will be regrets. I don't think –
Pastor Bill, he is out, my dear friend.
I'll say that. He's not going to be the head coach. There's zero chance that he is. I'm still a Bobby Petrino fan. I still would like for us to hire him if we can't get Dabo Sweeney. But I don't think that Arkansas is going to be, so much better off if we get Petrino than these other guys. I do think we'd be a lot better off rather than these group of 5 head coach. But if we can get, I guess, a Matt Campbell or even a Kane Womack, I would think that that's better than
You
these
think Kane
group of
Womack's
fives.
better than Petrino?
No, absolutely
okay.
not. But I'm saying if we can't get Petrino, I'd be better off with Kane Womack. I would like a defensive head coach.
I think
They
everybody
are
in
who wins national
Arkansas
champions.
would love us to hire a head coach and them keep Bobby Petrino as OC.
Yes.
I just can't see a situation where Bobby
He wouldn't. Bobby would not stay.
I mean,
as an OC.
that's tough to be like, we'll pat you on the head, but you can stay and be our OC.
We'll keep your top 10 offenses in the
we
country.
just don't want
we
you.
Just don't,
Yeah, you can't do that.
No, he'll
to
go
man.
be a head coach somewhere if he wants to. William Ball, Missouri.
You might just need to read
BOR
just the
meeting
best
for
ones.
Emergency discussion of confidential contractual deets. I think he's going to Auburn. Steve-O, what happened to Dan Petrino? Got them top 3 offenses in the SEC, though. He did. I mean, we were top 3 in the country at the start. Angel Kane Womack is probably going to be our
Twain needs
coach.
to stay as an offensive coordinator.
I wouldn't be mad at that. Dr. Sharp, even basketball, you guys sound like you have no faith. I mean, we was just saying how hard our schedule is. I've got incredible hopes for this team. I think our basketball team's going to be
incredible
this season.
An Elite 8 team at least.
Chick Timachang, you want to hire a top
I'm just
coach
saying
away
we got
from
a
their winning
tough
team.
schedule ahead of
We
us.
don't want one on the hot seat or recently fired for losing. Other than even he's not on the hot seat, but Dabo is kind of a little bit being pushed out of Clemson. That's the only one I agree. Other than that, like people was saying Mike Gundy as he got fired. No, if Oklahoma State fires him for poor performance, I don't want somebody who's getting fired because they're not performing up to their what they should be.
Angel said Ohio State spent $50 million on their championships. It's good for them.
Yeah.
They're smart.
Must be nice.
They're smart.
Yeah.
You've
I'd spend
gotta
100 if we could get it.
you've got to get past this. Oh, they bought it. That's what it is now. I don't like it. You don't like it. Nobody likes it, other than these kids that are getting the big old Louis Vuitton bag to go 2-9.
Yeah.
Like Taylor Green did this year. But listen, that's it. So if they spent $50 million on it, if $50 million is what you got to spend to get you a couple of natties,
Come on,
spend
Walmart.
it.
Give us
Arkansas,
$50 million.
spend it.
We're going to have to, one or the other.
They also
Chick
said
Timachanga says I wouldn't count out Petrino. Hunter Yurchek don't seem to do smart things. I think there's no way. I would be for it if they hired him. I don't think that there's a possibility anymore. Angel said he's milking Iowa. Wayne Keith
Iowa
said
State.
it's Lane.
It's Lane. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, look, could you imagine?
That'd be
I
the
know
greatest
we've
thing.
mentioned it, but I mentioned last week that I think Lane Kiffin. I think he's going to LSU, but it wouldn't
I think
surprise me if he's staying at Ole Miss and he's just dragging out the Florida LSU job. But if he's dragging out the Florida LSU and Ole Miss job so that they
go
can't
to
hire
Arkansas?
just to go to Arkansas, that'd be incredible.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen,
But no,
that'd
he's
be
going
great.
to LSU, and I think. Angel says pecking order Arkansas fans don't realize. Wayne Keith, Lane Kiffin, Chicken Tipachanga, Petrino to A-State when Butch leaves. I wouldn't be surprised at that. That wouldn't blow my socks off. That'd be a really good hire for
I
Arkansas
wouldn't hate
State.
it either. We could go watch him.
Because I'm a Petrino fan.
Yeah.
If he's coached at A-State, I'll go watch some A-State games.
Yeah, me too.
I ain't an A-State hater. Angel says defensive fundamentalist disciplinarian. Yeah, I mean
Matt Campbell, I think's who they're talking about.
or Kane Womack. Defensive. Again, defense wins
Cam Womack.
championships. If you look at the past 20, I'd say probably 18 of those head coaches were defense. Only one I could think of recent
We got
is
you,
Dabo
Angel.
Sweeney. Would be the only offensive coach that I can
Yeah,
think of recently.
I'm looking
that's
for
won it.
defense in this one, and that's why I'm saying I'm not gonna cry.
Unless it's Dabo. If Dabo wants to come with his 2 national champions and bring in a defense coordinator, let's do it.
I'm not gonna cry if Kane Womack is announced the head coach. I just don't think it's going to be that
It wouldn't be.
resounding, exciting.
It would not be
galvanize
a good
the fan base. Still, we're gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a wait and see. Probably anybody we hire other than Lane Kiffin or Dabo Sweeney or Matt Campbell. I'd throw him in there with that. It's going to be a wait and see. I think Matt Campbell will excite the fan base, though, if we hire him. All right, let's talk about the Shelter Insurance Bowl. We got to make some predictions. I got some grandkids to watch.
All righty. Arkansas is set to host the Battle Line Rivalry this Saturday in Fayetteville at Donald W. Reynolds Razorback Stadium at 2:30. This is the 16th game between these two teams. More
we don't
recent
play
rivalry.
Yankees.
Yeah, the all-time record heavily favor of the Tigers from up north, 11-4. Tilted to them. They've won 11. The first game ever played was surprisingly in 1906, over 100 and something years ago, when the Tigers won at home 11-0. I wouldn't have thought that this was a game that started over 100 years ago, because it's only been played 16 times now. This will be the 16th. But, Missouri as terrible of a program as Missouri is, and as poor as they are, as bad of facilities, and as terrible of a stadium, and as ugly of a logo, and as boring of a mascot that Missouri has, they own this rivalry. I mean, it makes no sense to me.
Tell you what, the biggest win, though, of this rivalry is by Arkansas. And I ain't talking about points on the board. I'm talking about the fact that we got Frank Broyles away from Missouri. He was their head coach. He came to Arkansas and had a legendary career. And so no matter how many wins they got, they still are low in this. They're still on the downside of this rivalry because we got good old Frank away from them.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it.
That's the only thing we're winning in, because again,
now we're gonna win Saturday. Maybe.
Angel says I'm not crazy about Dabo prowess on the NIL. That would be a backward.
I think he's
move
going to change
on the program,
and I don't have any.
wild.
Listen, I don't have any evidence to substantiate it. I just think he's going to change. I think
it's either get in or get out, and I think he's going to get in.
And Angel, I think that's everybody's. Downside on Dabo, but he'll change. He has to.
Yeah, and that's why Nick Saban got out, because, and not to say that he would never have won another, but you could tell that he was sticking to his guns of I'm not falling for the NIL, and so he retired. And that's kind of what Dabo's doing. But to say that hiring a two-time national champion that he didn't win them 30 years ago, he won them less than 10 years ago, 2 of them. To say that that'd be a backward move from Sam Pittman is that's a little outlandish. But anyway, so this Missouri game, this is a battle of who cares less. I mean, neither one of these teams, I guess, can they still get in the playoffs? Missouri?
No, Missouri's not got it. I mean, honestly, they don't have a shot. I think maybe technically, I think they're sitting there at like 7-3. If a 3-loss team gets in, it'll be Alabama.
Yeah. If they have 3 losses, they ain't got a shot. They're 22. They'd have to beat Ohio State and jump up.
They're 7-4.
11 spots. Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought they were like 9 or 10.
No, they're.
I thought they're having a good season again.
Yeah. Well, their quarterback. They have a good team. Their quarterback got injured.
I thought that they had the next Derrick Henry on their team with
They do have a
Oman
good.
Or whatever
they've got a great running back. But their quarterback who transferred from Penn State got hurt, and then he come back last week, and he's supposed to be healthy. Of course, he's going to get back for the Arkansas game. But yeah, that's set them back some.
Yeah, so that's surprising because I remember going up to that.
But they lost to good
game,
teams. They lost to Alabama. They lost to A&M,
Vanderbilt, Oklahoma.
Yeah, I bet they're wishing they got that Vanderbilt
I'll
back.
say this. The team that has surprised me the most this season is Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Honest to God, I owe somebody $500 now because I bet them preseason that Oklahoma wouldn't have won more than 5 games. I honestly thought...
You should have reminded them of that bet.
I'm not going to. They reminded me.
I hope they don't watch the podcast.
No, I got the Facebook notification. He said, send me my $500. I got it 2 days ago. I was like, crap, he remembered. But yeah, I honest to God thought Oklahoma would have been an unranked team.
You don't bet, people.
I thought that they would have been, at best, a 6-win team, and they're going to the playoffs. I mean, I don't know who their last game is.
Well, I don't know that they're a lock yet.
They're number 8.
Yeah, but if they lose, who are they playing? Oklahoma State. They're going to win that.
Oh yeah, more than likely. I think that's their big rivalry.
Yeah, and then. They're not
LSU. They ain't gonna lose to LSU.
Oh, they're playing LSU.
Yeah, it's sold out.
I mean, they could lose to LSU.
They can't lose to LSU.
But I doubt they will. Who's going to be in the SEC championship game?
I'd assume
A&M and
Georgia.
Georgia, okay. So they won't have to worry about losing. See, that's another thing. You got to worry about losing. Like, you don't want to be in that game.
No.
You want to be.
It only hurts you.
You want to be Oklahoma.
Game. Yeah.
You want to be the first team out of that.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about suffering a loss. I don't know. There's so much stuff wrong with college football right now. We ain't got time to fix it now. But we're playing Missouri. This is a game. I think we've been to watch the Arkansas-Missouri game probably more than anybody else, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it'd be them and Ole Miss.
So. Yeah, this is the and this is because Shelter Insurance, the company that that I represent sponsors this game, and they're huge sponsors of both teams. They give money to both teams, but obviously they're a Missouri
I didn't mean to click
company. Missouri Shelter is our world headquarters is there in Columbia, Missouri, and so among the agents in Shelter, there's a huge rivalry between the Arkansas and the Missouri agents because Arkansas is the flagship. Even though we're not the location of the home office, we are the number one producing state in the world for shelter insurance, and so the Missouri agents, they all kind of don't like us, and we like to rub it in their face that we're better than them.
Well, our team's not, and that's what matters to me, and I'm sick of it.
Well, hopefully this is Eli Drinkowitz's last ball game as the coach
More than likely
of Missouri. Hopefully he's on to either Penn State or Florida.
I think Brian Kelly might end up at Penn State if he does get a job. I think Eli Drinkwitz is going to Florida and Lane Kiffin's going to LSU.
And then who goes to Ole Miss?
Maybe I think John Summerall is going to Auburn, so I would say maybe Alex Golish. I would have thought Alex Golish to Florida, but if Florida gets Eli Drinkwitz, then Alex Golish could end up at Ole Miss.
You know,
he's a flaunty guy like Lane Kiffin. He matches. He's kind of that energy.
Eli's a little quirky too. He may not. He may be like. He may do a Lane Kiffin, and if Lane Kiffin stays at Ole Miss, and just
if any coach is
stay
staying
at Missouri,
if it's between the two,
I'll tell you
I'd feel better
this:
about
Missouri's
Missouri
athletic
staying.
director sets them up for success. I mean, they played their first 6 games at home, and they played cupcakes outside of the SEC. Who'd they play? Central Arkansas, Kansas, and Louisiana. Thank you. Give me that schedule. And UMass.
And that's their biggest rival. That is so sad.
That's wild.
That's so sad.
And they barely won that game.
Yeah. If your biggest rival's Kansas.
In football. Now, if that was basketball, yeah. But in football, Kansas?
Yeah. That tells me a whole lot about your program.
I mean, Kansas? Your
we,
biggest rival is
and
Kansas?
we've won that battle, so we get to call them whatever we want. But yeah,
but that'd be wild if he turned down Florida to stay at Missouri. They're gonna have to pony up some money though.
Let's Hogzilla, Kane Womack's brother-in-law, is the strength coach at Auburn and would most likely bring him to Arkansas. Hopefully, he could keep more players off the injured list. We need it because our injury
list has been something
outrageous.
else this year.
Diehard Razorback or Kane Angel. I'm not crazy about Dabo Prowlis. Robert Williams, 24-21, the Arkansas last-minute field goal.
Robert still got hope in his heart.
Look, I mean,
he still got hope in his heart.
I hope you're right, Robert. Dylan Hackworth, hi guys. I wish Nick Saban would be an option.
Me too.
Look,
yeah, I'm with you.
You're with us. That would be incredible. Chicken Timachanga. Didn't Missouri just add on their stadium down on the end where it was like grass or rocks? Yeah, I think they're constructing down there where they've got that high school M.
Yeah, they're doing the same thing Vanderbilt's doing. They're trying to close in their stadium, make it look bigger, make it have it seat a little more.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter how big your stadium is if you can't fill it out.
It did look like a high school stadium.
Texas stadiums are bigger than Missouri.
Yeah,
stadiums,
Texas high school stadiums. Yeah.
Dylan Hackworth, Hunter Yurchek should be fired. Hey.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
I wouldn't be mad either way. Saban made his money. Come on, bring on Dabo.
Saban's done. I mean, we're just joking when we say that.
Saban's out.
Of course, we would love for him to be the coach, but I mean, he's not.
I wouldn't mind Miss Terry coming over and coaching the Hogs.
You think she could whip him in shape?
I think she was the backbone to that
She'll
program.
feed him.
The diehard Razorback, bring on Dabo. Look, that's what we're saying. Bring him in. Angel Saban just markets himself so well. Long as we get a disciplinarian, fundamentalist, hardworking coach like Saban, that'd be good. Dylan Hackworth, fired.
I agree with Angel's statement. I want
a good
defensive-minded disciplinarian, and K. Womack seems to fit that bill. John Summerall is who really fits that bill, though.
Yeah, he's the.
They're just not talking about him to Arkansas.
No matter what happens, John Summerall and Lane Kiffin fist make out like bandits after this season.
Yeah, I think Summerall's going to be a really good coach.
I hope you're wrong, unless he comes here. Dylan Hackworth, Oklahoma will probably win. If I were the AD, I'd hire Ryan Silverfield instead of Alex Golish and Kane Womack. I think that's crazy. I think Ryan Silverfield's not a good coach, in my opinion. Diehard Razorback, no to Silverfield. I'm with you on that. Angel, coach that gets up at 3 a.m. to watch practice tapes of his own players. Yeah, somebody who's hard working wants his team to win. JV Shangout, I thought Hunter said we couldn't compete, so why should we care, sadly? It's not a good thing to say, but, I'm going to care regardless. I don't care who we hire. I do care who we hire. I want it to be good. But, again, I hate the part of the fan base is like, well, if it's not who I want, then I'm going to go donate to the NIL program of whoever I want to
Somebody
hire.
commented on one of my posts, if Arkansas doesn't hire Petrino, I'm going to quit being a Razorback fan and just go give money to the NIL program that hires Bobby Petrino.
Go ahead.
Okay, dude.
Go give them
Number
your $25.
one, I doubt you give anything to the NIL.
He gives 0 cents,
and
not a penny.
Whatever, man. Just that's
we'll be
just
fine
stupidity.
with like your $25 that you
thank
that
Bobby
you give a year.
Petrino for his time.
Yeah.
Thank him for his service.
I want to make sure everybody knows I would like for him to be the head coach if it's not another big name, but it's not going
I'm
to
a
be.
Razorback fan.
Yeah, that's what I'm a diehard hog. Look, hog born, hog bred. When I die, I'll be hog dead. I'm talking about. No, I don't give a what roll tide. I ain't gonna say what he says, but I don't care about nothing but the hogs and Jesus.
There you go.
John Gruden to Ole Miss, JV Shangout.
That would make me mad.
Yeah, I don't want him,
They
but I don't
probably
want
should
anybody
hire him.
else to want him either.
Yeah. I don't.
Michael Wilkins, who
necessarily
y'all
not
think
want
is
it.
at Arkansas? We don't know yet. I hope it's Dabo. Dylan Hackworth, hopefully
If
LSU.
you was going to say who you think it will be, do you have somebody in mind that you think it's probably going to be this particular guy?
I'm going to sound crazy if I say who I think it is.
Well, say it. That's what everybody wants to know.
I think it's Dabo Sweeney. You know,
that's crazy, but
it's
all right.
crazy, and it doesn't make it makes it. The only reason it makes sense is because of John Calipari and how crazy that hire was.
That was
And
crazy, dude.
Nobody
left field.
expected everybody was talks about this coach, that coach, that coach, and nobody said John Calipari's name. Bam.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm a big fan of the Chicken Man, because he brought him right in and gave us John Calipari. So I think it could be. If it's not, it wouldn't blow my socks off. I don't think it will. I think it will. I hope it is. That at the end of the day, that'd be great. Dylan Hackworth, hopefully LSU hires Chad Morris so we could dominate them every season. That'd be great. I'd be all for it. Yep. I know it won't happen, by the way. Nobody's going to hire him. He's ruined his career. JV Shangout, what if Eli was coming here? Eli Drinkwitz,
I would be on board.
He's a good coach.
I think he's a fantastic coach.
I think he's a dork.
Personality-wise, he's not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
But again, whatever I say right now about, like, I don't want this guy or whatever, if we hire him, I'm going to 100% support him.
Other than, no.
Yeah. If we
I'd get behind Silverfield, I'd just be upset.
Like, if we hire Eli Drinkwitz, I think it'd be a fantastic hire.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a home run hit. And I think he
if
should.
you can build up Missouri.
I think he should come to Arkansas over Missouri.
Yeah.
He'd be in a much better position, but I don't think he will.
He was born in Arkansas. Arkansas's, at least twice as good as Missouri when it comes to everything, our facilities and everything like that. We got more money. We're better looking over here. J.R. Clark, Arkansas needs to hire a coach whose reputation will draw in top quality recruits. Absolutely.
Well said.
Definitely. Dylan Howard, Robert Williams, I'm a Razorback fan, good or bad. I'm going to be a fan no matter what. I'm with you there.
Pete Carroll may need a job soon. That's true. And Urban Meyer is out of the picture. Urban Meyer was never in our picture.
I said this a few months back.
I think Florida may.
As soon as Sam Pittman was out, I said Urban Meyer is coming to Arkansas. And look,
if it was Urban Meyer,
could
it would have already been announced. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
he's not a coach.
He's not.
You could have announced that the day you fired Sam Pittman.
Angel Hart, Arkansas needs a hardworking young guy. I don't care if he's young or old. I just want somebody who's a good football coach. Robert Williams, I got a name, Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore is the offensive coordinator for an NFL team, maybe.
New Orleans Saints.
Yeah. Is he offense?
He's head coach.
Yeah, because he was the quarterback for – who did he play for? Texas somebody? Texas Tech maybe?
Oh, Well, that's the Eagles, so not them.
Right here, just hit his Wikipedia. Was Boise State maybe? Kellen Moore.
Career Boise State.
Boise State.
Well, look at you knowing stuff.
Yeah, I remember Kellen Moore.
Look at you knowing things.
That's a good possibility, but I think again that's one that could have been announced already. So
Yeah.
I don't think it's probably him.
Yeah,
But
I doubt it.
but yeah, I could get on board with that big time. Yeah, I probably better than Kingsbury because Kellen Moore doesn't have the baggage of already been somewhere and it turning sour.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
But I haven't
Angel-
heard. Has anybody even mentioned him as a possibility?
No, that's the first I've heard of that name.
Who said that?
Um,
Where's the Kellen
I
Moore
got a
quote?
name. Robert Williams.
Robert Williams?
Yeah.
Well, Robert's he's been posted on here. Where'd you get that name, Robert?
Out of his brain. He's just a smart guy.
Any-
JV Shangout.
Anybody else pitching him out there?
Yeah, y'all throw us some names that you'd like to see, or names that haven't been mentioned that you could see happening. JV Shangout. And if I'm saying anybody's name wrong, let me know. I can't read. I was
Nah,
homeschooled.
don't let us know. We just who we talking
Yeah.
about.
Don't you guys feel that loyalty to Taylor Green might have been both Sam and Bobby Petrino's downfall? He always found a way to lose the game for us. What if KJ was started earlier, might have won more? I wouldn't have been surprised. Again, I think Taylor Green, I say this every week just to make sure that people don't think we hate Taylor Green. Taylor Green's a fantastic athlete. I don't think he's a great quarterback.
Yeah, I would agree with that comment.
He makes too many stupid
humongous upside, but
Yeah.
also humongous downside.
And again, he's the number one quarterback in the country. If you look statistic wise, he has the highest quarterback rating, which is surprising to me. But he just loses. He makes too many.
Yeah.
He makes
His
too many
record
mistakes.
is 2-9 though.
Yeah. Facts. JV Shangout contributor to football. JV, I think it's going to be Kane Womack, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised, and I wouldn't be mad. I think Kane Womack would be a decent hire. Again, wouldn't blow my sock. Not what Arkansas needs. Arkansas needs a home run hit for this hire, but I think he could be a good coach. Robert Williams, Boise State. Angel Taylor making too much money to come out the game. That's probably a big factor in why he stayed in. He makes a whole lot of money.
No.
I don't think to Bobby Petrino, but Sam Pittman kept him.
Set their $1.5 million butt on the bench.
Yeah. I'll say this.
You're
I
probably
think KJ
right.
Jackson is.
That's probably why he got the nod so much. And I tell you this.
He's good.
It's because he has so much potential.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, if you just don't flip the ball
or throw it into four people's hands,
what was
that's
he
not on your
doing
team.
on that play? I know they thought he was doing a shovel pass, and he might have been trying to. And
He
I
was
think the
that's
ball
what he was doing.
slipped out of
He
his
was
hand.
shovel passing to, I think it was Rohan Jones. It was the tight end
Yeah.
in front of him, and the ball got knocked out of his hand.
But
It's
he
not like
just
he threw
does
it up.
that so much.
He went to do it forward, and it got hit out of his hand. Let's see here.
I hope
JV,
they play KJ too.
Yeah, go sadly, but I hope they play KJ some. I do too. I think KJ Jackson's going to be a really good quarterback for Arkansas if he stays.
I think KJ Jackson's going to be a really good quarterback for Ole Miss next year.
Yeah, more than likely. That's usually how it works. Angel Saban said no one tells him who's going to start. Maniac
Except
Morris
for Miss
is the
Terry.
man. One of the lowest NIL in his conference and has recruited Cam Ward, Meter, and Mesta Maker. He's going to Oklahoma State.
You know,
so,
all this quarterback whisperer stuff. We'll see.
yeah.
We'll see.
Only one way to find out. Angel, KJ gone.
I mean, Cliff Kingsbury had something to do with, that's his claim to fame is Patrick Mahomes. Everybody likes to claim Patrick Mahomes.
Well, he didn't mention him, but yeah.
He didn't mention Mahomes?
He mentioned Cam Ward.
Everybody else always throws
everybody
Mahomes
says it,
in
but
there
that was
too.
Cliff Kingsbury hire or his
My bad.
his doing. KJ gone. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
I hope
KJ's
not.
gone.
I think he's a good quarterback, but I think he's
He
supposed to
gon-
put
he
up
gonna
some
make
really
some
good
money.
tape against Missouri, and somebody's gonna want him. David Suggs, keep Bobby Petrino and put money behind him, and we're top 15 in 2 years. Look, I ain't gonna disagree with you. I know
disagree
that
with
he
you,
is, but I wouldn't.
I like Bobby.
I think he's really good. I think he could still do it.
I think he's past his
Supercar,
Past his
Kane
prime.
Womack, head coach, Petrino, offense coordinator. I think that'd be really good.
who? Head coach?
Kane Womack, head coach, Petrino, coordinator.
Yeah,
I
I
think
mean,
that'd be awesome, but Petrino's
it's
going
just
to be a
not
head
likely.
coach somewhere. Or a
How about
or
Womack
offense
as
coordinator
defensive
for another
coordinator,
SEC team.
Petrino as offensive coordinator, and then John Gruden as head coach.
Yeah, or Ed Orgeron. Give me Coach O. I want a show to have. I want some entertainment. Supercar can it's Maniac. Dillingham, if we can get him young, great recruiter. I think Summerall's going to Auburn. I think Summerall's going to Auburn as well.
That's what everybody says.
Dillingham, I think that'd be a good hire.
Hey,
he's doing great at Arizona State.
Yeah, there's a guy that lives out in Arizona, a big Hog fan, that is saying that Dillingham is interested, and that maybe that's the guy. Maybe that's the sitting head coach that is going to be the shocking surprise.
It could be.
I think that'd be a good one. I think that'd be a little bit under Matt Campbell, but and I'd probably put him under John Summerall for me. But that'd be if we could get one of those three guys, I think that would be a home run, or as close to a home run. It'd be a triple.
Rank Rider, move Talon to tight end just like he will be if he goes to the NFL anyway, and let KJ be quarterback one.
What, for one game?
Yeah, for this last game. I'll say this: if Talon goes to tight end and he gets hit, he'll die.
Yeah,
that boy he's too skinny. To be taking hits like that. J.R. Clark. I'd like for it to be Bobby, but I'd also be okay with Houston Del Nut again.
Houston Dale Nut.
Well, he can't be our head coach and our AD at the same time, so he'll have to pick one.
I say hire Houston as athletic director for sure. Like I'm not even joking.
That'd be good. Angel Bobby P's mentorship of Taylor Green, over the
Tuss Talk with Ty in the house.
Decision making, terrible, and vision awareness. Angel Bobby P sold out on Taylor, and Tuss Talk with Ty sending an emoji. I ain't never seen him before, but
isn't that the?
I can't see it from here. It's kind of blurry.
He giving the old man.
It's a salute. Yeah, I appreciate you coming in here, Ty. That's pretty cool.
Tuss he's got one of the best podcasts.
If you're watching this, you already know him. But Tuss Talk with Ty. He's got a great podcast over there.
Nobody knows.
We love the Tuss Talks. We watch you often, so we appreciate
Ty,
you coming
if you're
in
still
here,
on here, tell me who you want. I'm not saying give me your inside scoop on who you think it is. Who do you want? I want to know who people want.
I want,
and that's
Dabo
what all of
Swinney.
our guys are saying.
We know delusional.
Who you want.
I'm delusional. I want Dabo.
So we're gonna make a prediction on this game.
Yeah,
and wait and see if Ty responds to that. So what do you think about the Missouri game?
I think this is probably the least cared about game in all of college football, especially when it comes to rivalries. I don't think either side considers this game a rivalry. It's one of those things where, like, now I want to win because we've lost so much, but in the past I couldn't have cared less. I want to win every game, but it's not like, oh man, we just lost to Missouri. That's a dag-nabbit. But I would like to beat Missouri now. I am sick of losing to Missouri every single year. It makes no sense. They're terrible. Again, I'll go on that rant 100 times. They got no money. They're poor. Their stadium sucks. They have no facilities. They have no NIL. They've got no donors. Their fan base has no backbone. They're a Big 12 team. They don't belong in the SEC. Nobody cares. They're middle child. Hit the road, dude. But with that being said, I'd like to win this game.
You'd like
I'd like to win this game. First off, we're 2-10. I don't like that. And second off,
so you want me to predict first?
Yeah, I went last week. You go ahead and predict.
All right,
this
I'll
game.
read Ty's. Tusk, he said Dan Mullen was his man, but he agrees with you. 0.0% means 0.0%.
That's what I said. Dan Mullen's name's been mentioned, but that's what you said. It doesn't matter. That's just coach speak. If you say you've got 0.0% interest, I don't think you're taking the job.
So yeah. Now Ty's been doing this a lot longer than we have, but Nick Saban stood on that podium and told the Miami media, "I will not be the Alabama head coach," and was on the plane to Tuscaloosa the next day. So you never say never.
And Bobby Petrino said that plenty of different times that he would not leave.
Bobby Petrino's told everybody under the sun.
And 2 weeks later, he was leaving. So
so let's talk about this game again. The Shelter Insurance is sponsors the Battle Line Rivalry. We've been to it over and over.
And the High on the Hog podcast.
And the High on the Hog podcast, and we possibly will be doing our live reaction from the suites.
Yeah, the press box.
If we make it to
not
the game,
press box, but the suite box.
But I'm not going to beat around the bush and make you think I'm going to say something I'm not. I think Missouri's going to win this ball game. They've got a lot to play for. We don't have anything to play for other than a little bit of pride. I think if Bobby was going to get it done and get him a win, he would have got it against Mississippi State or LSU or Auburn. Wasn't much of a shot at beating Texas, and I don't think we got much of a shot at beating Missouri. And I think this is probably going to be a 2-touchdown score type of game. I don't think it's going to be another 1-point game. So give me Missouri. I'm going to say 35-21.
All righty. Well, I know every single week that
You're 2-9 for your predictions.
I'm 2-9 on my predictions
every time.
because my heart won't let me say the other team's name and followed by a victory.
And I can tell you're winding up trying to right now.
No, I'm 2-9 on my picks. And
might as well make it 2-10.
Missouri's won 11 out of the last 15 games. They're 11-4.
He gonna do it.
No. You quit trying to sway me because I'm picking Missouri the whole time.
You ain't high on the Hogs.
Hold on. Let me finish.
I'm the old man. I'm supposed to be the one saying get off my porch.
This whole build up, I'm picking Missouri. They beat us every year. Look, I love Arkansas with my whole heart. Arkansas sucks this year. We have the best offense in the country. We have the worst defense. There's no chance we get it done.
Worst defense I've ever seen.
This game's at home.
But let me tell you this.
This game's at home.
I know you fix make your pick.
No, let me stop.
I know you're going to make your pick, but I'm going to say this. We got the worst luck of any team in America.
We are cursed, and I don't know. I don't know if we need an exorcism of the program or what's going on, but yeah. Anyways, look, I've picked the Hogs to win every game. This game's at home. Arkansas notoriously plays worse at home than we do on the road. Missouri beats us every single year. I'm 2-9. Let's make it 2-10. Arkansas's fisting to dominate. Not just win this game. Arkansas's fisting to smother Missouri. Missouri 7-4. They're taking a step back. They've won back-to-back double-digit win seasons. They beat us every year. Arkansas's fisting put belt to bottom, and we fisting to win this game. Give me Arkansas 38, Missouri 24. The Hogs wallop the Tigers in Fayetteville in dominant fashion to end the season on a high note. Send to Petrino on his sunset ride on that Harley. Thank you, Petrino, for all you've done for us. Hogs by 90.
I'd have been disappointed if you'd have done anything. You made us think you was going to pick Missouri, but
and I was going to.
I know you wanted to.
And then you swayed me the other way.
I could tell you couldn't.
The devil on my shoulder wouldn't let me do it.
Your tongue wouldn't even let you say the words. But that's all right. You can be 2-10 on your.
I don't care. I'm high on the Hogs. You can't say that I ain't got faith in these Razorbacks. My heart yearns for freedom from this misery that I've been put in.
Misery being the key word. Misery. We've turned down tickets to this game before, but just because I'm like, I don't want to go sit in the cold
if we go into the press or the sweet box.
Yeah, that's all. The only reason why I'm thinking about going to this one's because we're going to be up in the luxury box. So, guys. This is the last game of the year. We're going to come back and give our live reaction, whether we're there or whether we're at the house. It's been a fun year, and this ain't the last episode, but I'm ready. Everybody's ready for the season to be over and find out who the next coach is.
Yeah.
Let's read the last few comments. Let's get out of here.
All righty. JV Shangout says, cheers, Tuss Talk with Ty again. Yeah, we really appreciate you coming in here. Maniac, Bob Chesney, currently at James Madison Dukes. Angel, I can't believe Barry Odom left Vegas.
The last James Madison coach doing pretty good.
Where's he at?
Indiana, Kurt Signetti.
He was at really? I didn't know that. Look, I mean, if we can get that
just
luck,
shows you that hiring a group of 5 coaches is not the worst thing in the world.
And I'm not saying it is. Any of those coaches could come here and win a national championship. I'm just saying Arkansas is not in a position to take a chance again. We need somebody proven and then figure it out after, because we've taken chances and we've gone 2-9 this year, taking a chance on an O-line coach, and I love him.
JV's Hangout has a pretty good prediction. That's pretty smart.
I predict we will be in the lead 21-14 at half, and we fall apart as usual and end up losing 28-21. Turnover. Green strikes one last time. Yeah. I don't think Taylor Green starts this game. I think KJ Jackson.
I think he'll play. I don't know. It's senior day. It's Bobby's man. Well, yeah,
he's going to have to then.
Yeah. So I think
I didn't know that.
I think Taylor will start, and I think we'll see KJ early.
Yeah, I think
I think he'll give Taylor the start just for
first
senior
mistake, he's out. KJ's getting put in. I think KJ plays the majority of this game.
Bobby said he don't like playing two quarterbacks, but I think he's going to go against that.
Angel, that's a sweet gig. Chicken Chimichanga, I wouldn't mind Gruden with some really great
That's
coordinators. I wouldn't.
Gruden is head coach.
Look,
Kane Womack is defensive coordinator. Bobby is OC. Let's do it.
Third lane hammer down. Get him in here and let's walk
Chad
the
Morris.
line of this NIL
Who else
challenge.
we got?
J.R. Clark, this horrible year could be somewhat redeemed by beating Missouri. We'd be at least wrap on a positive note. It wouldn't redeem anything, but it would be good.
I agree with the sentiment, man. It's always better to go out on a win.
Yeah, especially
Arkansas
against
players need to look at this as their bowl game.
Yeah.
This is your bowl game right here. There's a trophy. You get that feeling of winning that game. You get to send out your seniors. You get to send out your coaches.
2:30 game. Put some tape up for yourself.
You get to send KJ Jackson to Ole Miss on a high note. You know, so I mean,
whole lot of things happening. Arkansas Festus, no matter how bad Mizzou sucks, they always beat the Hogs. That seems to be the case as of late. JV Shangout, Mizzou's injured quarterback could play in a wheelchair and still carve our defense like Thanksgiving
Probably
turkey.
true.
That's a fact.
Probably true.
I mean, look, that's what Ole Miss did. Their quarterback had a broken leg or something and went out and just threw a touchdown.
Run for a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, like
run for a big run.
It's crazy. And here's the thing: if their starting quarterback don't play, that's not good for Arkansas.
No, we're terrible against backups.
Backup quarterbacks are the thorn in our side, anyways. Maniac, we are cursed with getting bad calls and flags. As soon as I see a flag, it's called on us. Yeah, again, I've said it. Now that we're 2-9 and they have a chance to go to the good bowl game, the officiating's going to be against us too. It's going to be hard to win this game. Angel, even a blind squirrel gets a nut. JV Shango, Eli could coach with Pittman's leftover Danny's menu and still win. Unfortunately, wish we could win, but I gave up long ago.
Funny comments.
Yeah, I like you, JV Shango. I appreciate you coming in here. Appreciate everybody stopping in here. This is the most the chat's ever been active, and we've got a lot of people coming in, liking and everything, so we really appreciate it. 200 subscribers.
Make sure you subscribe.
Today.
We come over 200 today. Let's get
really
that
appreciate everybody.
Thank y'all though.
Maniac Bobby Petrino Motorcycle Club. Look, send him on one last hoorah.
Maybe have one last ride in him.
Angel Groundhog Day again. Robert Williams saw that on the spun.
So he saw Kellen Moore on the spun.
Okay.
KJ will be at Texas Tech next season. Probably, yeah. They got the money.
Yeah.
To hire anybody.
Eric Morris might take him over to Oklahoma State.
Do y'all think if Arkansas beats Missouri, he keeps his job?
Absolutely
no, I do not.
I don't think he could win this game 100-3, and I don't think he wins this job. I think the writing's on the wall. He's done, and I think Arkansas announces the day after Clemson's done with their bowl game that Dabo Sweeney is the new head hog, and he comes over.
So from this podcast, I'm on the Dabo train, the Matt Campbell train, the Dillingham train, the
Kane
John
Womack,
Summerall train,
and
then I could get on Kellen Moore. I could get on Kane Womack.
We've announced, I think, 7 different head coaches today. This has been a good podcast.
Brought to you by Shelter Insurance, Dillinger Agency, licensed in Arkansas, Tennessee, Missouri. 870-578-5900. Let's get out.
Yeah. Again, coming up, we're gonna have the live reaction. If we can, it's gonna be. If we get the opportunity, it's gonna be a live reaction. I'm gonna make him go high on the hog live from the press box. Thank to Shelter Insurance for sponsoring. And be looking forward to this game. And really going to be looking forward to that Thanksgiving game against Duke for basketball. I hope the boys go out there and play a good game. I hope we can get the win. That'd be great. Again, comment on this video if you want the podcast to go through basketball season. I know we stopped last year after football and came back, but I'd really like to do some basketball games because I think we could win a national championship. I'm high on these basketball hogs.
We won't do every game, but we'll definitely going to do some
definitely the big ones
and
maybe some just a once a week end of week how the games went. But last comments. Hope everyone has a Thanksgiving. Appreciate it, JV Shango. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving, America. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody out there. Let's remember what this is all about. The fact that God has given us grace and mercy. I hope that you know Him as the Lord and the Savior of your life.
Absolutely.
And I hope that you're thankful for everything God's given you. Look, we could be in a lot worse shape than sitting here talking about a 2-9, 2-10 Razorback team.
Absolutely.
So thank you, God, for your blessings, and thank all of you guys.
Yep. as we leave out,
He
Chicka what I'm
does
using,
usually carry the comments.
carrying in the comment section on
But
my
not
back. We
today.
always appreciate it. JV, just subscribed. Glad I found you guys.
Gotta
Thanks
hit
for the show.
stop.
Enjoyed it. I really
They're not
appreciate
going
it,
to
JV.
comment.
I'm going to
They're
keep
having a good time.
I am too.
Keep the comments.
I am too. Maniac, I'm glad no one has brought up Gruden. If you ever coach college football, suitors at the NFL job, gone. I think we can beat Duke. Basketball is a way better shape football. Absolutely. Nice hat.
Oh, thank you for my hat. I didn't even mention I got my rally cap on.
Where did Eli coach last year? Eli Drinkwill coaches at the University of Missouri. We could have won one more game. Thank you all for coming in. Thank you all. God bless.